The book you really don't want to miss when DC does a rebranding or a rebirth is Justice League. Justice League Rebirth.
Sorry.
No worries. You're perfect in my eyes, TN. Don't listen to Jay. Justice League Rebirth #1 is out today. And when a company like DC does a rebranding or, well, a rebirth, the book you want to read is Justice League. It has all the iconic characters, epic fights, epic story. It's just pretty much a guaranteed great first issue. Very much like the New 52 by Jeff Johns and Jim Lee, Justice League #1 issue. This Justice League Rebirth is as epic from the start, beginning to end. But since it's a rebirth title, where it's like a one-shot that's foreshadowing the upcoming ongoing series in like a prequel-esque way, but still giving you an entire story in one issue, instead of just getting, one beginning part of a story like you got in Justice League #1 from New 52, this is essentially like a complete prequel epic for the ongoing series, Justice League #1, which will be out in 2 weeks. The cover's by Tony Daniel, who will be the artist for Justice League #1, which I've seen the interior pages when I went to a retailer roadshow months ago, and they are beautiful and epic, and I cannot wait. And the pages on the inside of this are done by Brian Hitch, doing these epic ass pages, which are really, 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 really sick. Particularly like that. So essentially what this book does is the last 2 Justice League books from the last year were Justice League, which was doing the Dark Side War, and JLA, which was actually written and drawn by Brian Hitch too, which featured the Row storyline. It does a really good job. If you're reading both of those or either of those or none, it kind of references them, and if you didn't read any of them, it fills you in, and it does a really good job of doing it. And another really big thing I like, since I'm a huge goddamn nerd, especially for DC Comics, is they pay homage to kind of the first villain the Justice League band together and fight, which is Starro the Conqueror, the starfish, the giant starfish, and it kind of poops out little starfishes, and they get on people's heads and control them. It's really, really great. I love Starro. So in this, there's like this huge, like, crab, crusty sea monster that's like as big as New York City. And it's kind of just like Starro, putting things on people's heads, controlling them. And the Justice League have to go inside it and try and kill it from the inside. But the other scene you're dealing with as reading this is Clark, Lois, and John in their farmhouse. And the old Superman, if you've been reading Superman Rebirth, Superman ongoing action comics, the new renumbering, or not the new continuation of the original numbering, or if you read the DC Universe Rebirth Special #1, you know that Superman isn't the Superman of this world. He's the previous Superman from pre-Crisis, post-Flashpoint continuity. Essentially the original Superman, not the New 52 one, since he's dead. So essentially that Superman, as convinced by Lois, puts on his costume to join these guys, which before the whole Starro S monster came down, they're like, can we trust this dude? Who is he? Batman's like, I don't believe in coincidences, this is happening for a reason, etc., etc. And he comes in a really epic, bam, laser blaring shot, and joins the team. And essentially, they of course save the day in this one giant issue, which is great, but it kind of leaves with these bad guys called the Reapers, knowing that they're going to come back and they have to prep for it. And which is also really cool is before that they also have to really get to know this Superman and also deal with these 2 new GLs, Simon Baz and Jessica Cruz, which if you're reading Green Lanterns, or if you read Justice League or Green Lantern or the DC Universe Rebirth Special, you're familiar with these characters and how they're new and they're kind of rookies and they're kind of the buddy cop dynamic of the GL core, and how they're the Earth Green Lanterns. This book's really solid. It was a really perfect Justice League issue. A great one-shot story that's a prequel to the ongoing series that's out in 2 weeks, and you really, really won't want to miss that, as well as this great book. As well as this cover, you got this Joe Mad Trinity cover, which is super, super sick. And yeah, on sale now. It is the Rebirth #1 out this week, as well as other Rebirth-related titles that are on the issue 2s. And yeah, Justice League Rebirth #1, written and drawn by Brian Hitch. Hey Arsenal YouTube fam, if you want to subscribe, you should click the subscribe button. If you want to watch more and just get your comic review knowledge down and inspire yourself, to buy more books from your local comic shop that's hopefully probably Arsenal Comics and Games, you should click the watch more button. Thanks so much. I'm gonna go read some comics.